Good morning, everybody, and this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com. And behind me is a beautiful artist's portrayal of Ganesh. Ganesh is the multi-limbed elephant deity, actually from India, but Ganesh is highly revered, celebrated in Thailand, and that's gold leaf. It's a 3D relief image of Ganesh, and I bought that piece of artwork to decorate this wall in my house because Ganesh, having got multiple limbs, multitasks, and it's all about doing loads of things. That's a helicopter going over my property. Can you hear it? I live very close to an army camp. The whole of Hua Hin is guarded because the King's Palace is just down the road and there's an army camp. One of the reasons that I like Hua Hin because the infrastructure here is superior to a lot of places in Thailand simply because it's the King's area. There's lots of projects, farming projects, and it's a national park, national places of beauty. The town is really well controlled, and airplanes go over halfway through, helicopters go over halfway through a presentation. So back to Ganesh, and at the end of the day, Ganesh is a representation, he's an archetype, and it's the archetype of multitasking. The Thais believe that the Buddha in the mythology was born of an elephant's seed impregnating a woman. That's the myth, although Buddha actually was a man, in the same way that the angel came to tell Joseph and Mary that Mary was pregnant even though there'd been no sexual act. Most of these stories, most of these deities, the writers don't like to think of normal conception. They make a story to show that the actual Messiah or the philosopher in Buddha's case was actually pure, not quite human, was born in a different way. But the Ganesh is a representation of multitasking. He's got multiple limbs, arms and a trunk, and every one of them, a bit like a Swiss Army knife, does something different. When you open a Swiss Army knife, you've got a shoehorn, you've got a can opener, you've got a blade, you've got a spike, you've got a screwdriver, you've got a pair of scissors, lots of different gadgets. Well, the Ganesh, when you look, he's reading, he's working, he's got a tool in one of his limbs, he's got all sorts of things going on. I massively believe in multitasking, but I also believe that you should do one thing at a time. In other words, you've only got 24 hours, and so many people just go to work, come home, watch television, or go to the pub, and then go to bed. And the Buddhist story is that the young monk went to the boxing school. This would be a Shaolin monk or a Thai monk. Thai monk would do Thai boxing. A Shaolin monk would do Kung Fu. And he was given disciplines to do. He was a scholar of the belief system. He had temple duties, and he also wanted to learn martial arts. He said, "Master, I've only got so many hours in the day." 24 hours, the master said. And he said, split it up into 3 sections. You can do your temple duties for 8 hours, you can study for 8 hours, and you can sleep for 8 hours. And the initiate, the young monk learning the scholar, the student, said, there's not enough time in my 8 hours after temple duties to learn everything that I want to learn. And the master said, well, you sleep less. So we all have to earn a living. We all have to do our jobs and step up to our responsibilities. But you don't necessarily need 8 hours sleep. To a large extent, once you've healed your body, which is what sleep's all about, you've downloaded your mind, restored your cells, allowed your systems to reset. Excess sleep is downtime. So, if you want more time, you've got to work, you've got to do your 7-hour shift, your 8-hour shift, your 10-hour shift. I've done 12-hour shifts in the past with the AA as an engineer, and sometimes those shifts have run over with overtime depending on the circumstances of a particular job. And then you come home and you've still got things to do. A lot of people just collapse. No, you keep going. You collapse when you're in bed. Bed is downtime. You collapse in bed. And you don't have to collapse in bed in your pit for 7, 8, 9 hours. You can, but that can be a luxury. You can restore yourself in 4 hours, in 5 hours. I did a lot of training as a younger man. I was an AA patrolman, as I say, doing 10, 12-hour, 15-hour shifts, sometimes 8 hours, but I used to come home, single dad with 2 kids at home, doing martial arts 3 nights a week, and was a Reiki practitioner. Not a lot of time for sleep, and even now you'll see me online at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and regardless of the time zone, which means that in the UK, I am online at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Quite often even on Thai time, I have my day and I won't go to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning in Thailand to service my clients who are in a different time zone all over the world. Be like Ganesh. Multitask. But look after yourself. You're capable of having, being and doing far more than you think you are. But you're not going to do it by doing what everybody else does. If you want to be outstanding, you've got to stand out. If you want to be a leader and have more than everybody else, you can't run with the pack and do what everybody else does. You've got to step up, stand out, be outstanding, and put in the extra hours. But it's fun. You get energy from that. You get learning from that. You stimulate your brain from that. You become an exceptional, outstanding human being. And that's fun. And that gives you the edge. Read more than people, learn more than people, educate yourself more and longer than other people, work harder. If you're in employment, impress your boss. Not to be a creep, as we used to call it in Manchester, but for yourself. You're working for yourself, even if you're working for somebody else. If you're working for somebody else, you are the CEO, corporate executive of your own public services, personal services organisation. What that means is that know why you are in work. Know what that work is giving you, what that money is giving you. You're earning it for yourself, for your life, for your family, for your security, for your acquisitions, for the things that you want, for the things that you want to do and have, for the person that you want to be. And if your job isn't giving you that, then move job, get another job, or employ yourself. Really get into this Ganesh mentality that you're here for such a short amount of time, and really it's all hands on deck. And if you can't do it on your own, and your 2 hands, 2 feet and 1 head isn't enough, create a team and lead the team. Get some support. I'm a mental programmer and emotional coach. a holistic mentor, corporate trainer. Most of what I'm talking about starts with mindset and belief and strategy and creating brand. Daily behaviours that are so simple but change quite often for most people is difficult. Change your ways, change your thinking, and your life changes instantly. And if I can help you with that, you know where I am. Be powerful, enjoy your mind. Remember, we've all got 24 hours, and it's what you do with it that makes the difference. Be a winner. Don't go to your grave with regrets. And have a wonderful time achieving everything that you're capable of being. Enjoy your mind. God bless.